Tonight we're heading down south, way south. No, not Guillermo's house, even further. We're talking about Jamaica, Mon. This place is known for its beautiful beaches, laid-back vibes, and let's be honest, some pretty chill chickens, but Jamaica's got a lot more to offer than just sunshine and sand. We're about to dive deep. Not snorkeling deep, mind you. I'm talking about facts so deep you'll be saying, "No way, Mon." So grab yourself a red stripe, kick back, and let's uncover 12 shocking facts about Jamaica that you probably didn't know. Alright, let's talk music. And no, I don't mean that stuff my Aunt Chippy listens to, I'm talking about reggae, baby. Jamaica is the birthplace of reggae music, a genre that's become a global phenomenon. It's all about peace, love, and good vibes, man. This music didn't just appear out of thin air, you know. It evolved from earlier Jamaican genres like ska and rocksteady, mixing in influences from American jazz and R&B. From the streets of Kingston, reggae spread like wildfire, captivating the world with its infectious rhythms and powerful messages. This music isn't just about having a good time, although it's great for that too. It's about social justice, fighting oppression, and spreading a message of unity and love. Seriously. And speaking of reggae, we gotta talk about the man, the myth, the legend himself, Bob Marley. This guy wasn't just a musician, he was a cultural icon, a poet, a revolutionary. He brought reggae music to the world stage, and his music continues to inspire millions to this day. Marley's songs like One Love, Get Up, Stand Up, and Redemption Song became anthems for peace and equality, echoing across generations and continents. He even managed to bring together rival political factions in Jamaica during a time of serious turmoil. Now that's what I call using your platform for good. It's no wonder they call him the king of reggae. Bob Marley put Jamaica on the map, and his music continues to spread good vibes all over the world. Hold on to your hats, folks, because Jamaica's not just about chill vibes and catchy tunes, they've got speed too. And I'm not talking about the internet kind, though theirs is probably pretty fast too. We're talking about the fastest man on the planet, Usain Bolt. This guy's a living legend. A blur of speed and athleticism that leaves everyone else in the dust. We're talking about a man who holds the world records for the 100-meter, 200-meter, and 4x100-meter relay. Talk about a triple threat. He's won countless medals, broken records like they're made of toothpicks, and basically redefined what it means to be fast. I mean, have you ever tried to catch a cheetah? It's basically impossible, just like catching Usain Bolt in a race. Usain Bolt's impact goes way beyond the track. He's inspired countless aspiring athletes around the world to chase their dreams and push their limits. He's shown the world that anything is possible with hard work, dedication, and maybe just a little bit of natural talent. Okay, a lot of natural talent. And let's be real, the guy's got charisma for days. He's always got that big smile on his face, even when he's leaving his competitors in the dust. He's a true ambassador for his country and a role model for people of all ages. He proves that Jamaicans are a force to be reckoned with, both on and off the track. Alright, coffee lovers, this one's for you. You know how we're always talking about the best coffee? Well, Jamaica's Blue Mountains are practically a celebrity rehab for coffee beans. They've got the perfect climate, the perfect altitude, and I'm pretty sure they give those beans tiny little massages. And let me tell you, they're not messing around with this Blue Mountain name. We're talking about actual mountains, people. These beans grow high up where the air is thinner, and I guess that makes the coffee taste better? I don't know, I'm not a scientist, I just play one on TV. But seriously, this coffee is the real deal. It's got this smooth, rich flavor that'll make you want to slap your barista. In a good way, of course. None of that bitter, burnt taste you get from those gas station coffee pots. This is the kind of coffee that makes you want to put on a robe and pretend you're a king. So, next time you're feeling fancy and need a caffeine fix, you know what to do. Just remember, good things come to those who wait, especially when those good things have to be flown in from a mountain range in Jamaica. Now I know what you're thinking, Jimmy, this coffee sounds amazing, but is it legal? Is it dangerous? And the answer is yes, on both counts. This stuff is so good, it should be illegal. And as for dangerous? Well, your wallet might need a bodyguard. I'm not gonna lie, Blue Mountain coffee is a little pricey. But hey, you get what you pay for, right? It's like dating a supermodel. Sure, it might cost you an arm and a leg, but wouldn't you rather have a good story to tell your friends than a cheap date with a boring ending? But seriously, if you're a true coffee connoisseur, you gotta try this stuff at least once. Think of it as an investment in your taste buds. It's like sending your tongue on a little vacation to Jamaica, without the sunburn and the awkward encounters with your in-laws. And who knows, maybe after a few cups of Blue Mountain coffee you'll be so inspired you'll finally write that screenplay you've been talking about. Or you could just end up staring out the window wondering what else you've been missing out on. Okay folks, get ready for this one. Jamaica has more churches per square mile than any other country in the world. You heard me right. Forget beaches, forget waterfalls, forget Usain Bolt running really fast. This place is all about churches. Apparently even the birds in Jamaica sing gospel music. Now I'm not saying you can't find a good party in Jamaica, it's just that you might have to walk past a church or two to get there. And listen, I'm all for a good time. But even I have to admit that's pretty impressive. That's like a church for every jerk chicken stand. But seriously, Jamaica's religious diversity is actually pretty amazing. You've got Christianity in all its forms, from Anglican to Rastafarian, plus a sprinkle of other faiths thrown in for good measure. It's like a religious buffet, but instead of overeating, you just get to learn about different cultures. So, the next time someone tells you Jamaica is just about reggae music and beaches, you can hit them with some knowledge. Just be gentle, they probably just haven't had their morning coffee yet. Now I know what you're thinking. Jimmy, how did Jamaica become the church capital of the world? Well, it's a long story, but let's just say it involves a lot of history, a little bit of colonialism, and maybe a few too many rum punches. You see, back in the day, Jamaica was a melting pot of cultures. You had the Spanish, the British, the Africans, all bringing their own beliefs and traditions. It's like a reality TV show, but instead of fighting over roses, they were fighting over, well, let's just say things got a little complicated. But eventually, out of all that chaos, emerged a vibrant and diverse religious landscape. It's like that friend of yours who went through a phase, but instead of ending up with a bad tattoo, they ended up with a deep appreciation for the human spirit. So next time you're sipping on your Blue Mountain coffee, take a moment to appreciate the rich history and cultural tapestry of Jamaica. It's a country where faith and fun go hand in hand and where you're just as likely to find a church as you are a beach party. Alright folks, put on your safari hats and grab your bug nets because we're about to dive into the wonderful world of Jamaican insects. And when I say wonderful, I mean potentially terrifying if you're not a fan of things with wings. Because Jamaica is home to the second largest butterfly in the world, the giant swallowtail. Now I know what you're thinking. Jimmy, a butterfly? That's not scary, that's beautiful. And you're right, butterflies are usually pretty harmless. But this ain't your grandma's butterfly collection, folks. This thing is huge, like dinner plate sized. You could practically saddle it up and ride it to work. But don't worry, these gentle giants are more interested in nectar than in terrorizing tourists. They spend their days fluttering around, pollinating flowers and generally being majestic. And with a wingspan of up to 6 inches, they're hard to miss. It's like a flying billboard for Mother Nature. So, if you're ever lucky enough to spot a giant swallowtail in the wild, take a moment to appreciate its beauty. Just maybe don't get too close. Now you might be wondering, Jimmy, what's so special about a big butterfly? And to that I say, have you seen this thing? It's like a monarch butterfly went on a tropical vacation and never came back. It's got these gorgeous black and yellow wings with splashes of blue and red. It's like the Bob Marley of butterflies. But the giant swallowtail isn't just a pretty face. It's also a symbol of Jamaica's incredible biodiversity. This little island is teeming with life, from the mountains to the coral reefs. It's like a living, breathing museum of natural wonders. And just like the Jamaican people, the giant swallowtail is a survivor. It's adapted to thrive in a variety of habitats, from rainforests to gardens. It's like the ultimate wingman, always up for an adventure. So, next time you're feeling stressed out by the daily grind, just remember the giant swallowtail. Take a deep breath, spread your wings, and embrace the beauty of the world around you. Or, just watch a nature documentary. Alright, so picture this, it's the 1960s, the Beatles are topping the charts, bell-bottoms are all the rage, and Jamaica decides, you know what? We're doing our own thing. No more British rule for these guys. August 6, 1962, Mark it in your calendars, folks, because that's when Jamaica declared its independence. They kicked British rule to the curb and became the first Caribbean nation to do so. Talk about trendsetters, right? Now you might be thinking, big whoop, everyone declares independence eventually. But this was huge. It set off a chain reaction, inspiring other Caribbean islands to fight for their own freedom. It's like the domino effect, but with fewer tiny white dots, and a lot more Bob Marley. So next time you're sipping on a Jamaican rum punch, raise a glass to those brave souls who fought for their freedom and paved the way for a whole bunch of other island nations to do the same. Cheers to that. Now, independence isn't all sunshine and reggae music, you know. It comes with its own set of challenges, like figuring out how to run a country and stuff. But Jamaica took it all in stride, man. They established their own government, their own laws, their own everything. They even created their own currency, the Jamaican dollar, which I'm told goes really far if you're buying Red Stripe beer. Don't quote me on that though. But here's the thing about Jamaica's independence that really blows my mind. It wasn't just about politics, it was about identity. It was about embracing their African heritage, their culture, their music, their everything. It was about being Jamaican, loud and proud. And that, my friends, is what makes Jamaica so damn special. They took their destiny into their own hands and created something truly unique and inspiring. And that deserves another sip of that rum punch. So you think you know Jamaica, huh? You think it's all beaches, reggae, and Usain Bolt running really, really fast? Well, hold on to your hats, folks, because Jamaica's got another trick up its sleeve. Bobsledding. Yep, you heard me right, bobsledding. In Jamaica. I know what you're thinking. Jimmy, are you sure you haven't been into Aunt Chippy's secret stash again? But I'm dead serious. This is a true story, and it's more inspiring than a motivational poster with a kitten hanging from a tree branch. It all started back in 1988 when a few Jamaican athletes decided they wanted to try their hand at the Winter Olympics. The only problem, Jamaica doesn't exactly have a lot of snow, or bobsleds for that matter. But hey, when you're Jamaican, you don't let a little thing like logic stop you. They recruited a team of sprinters because why not, and trained on a concrete track using a makeshift bobsled. I'm not making this up. And guess what? They actually qualified for the Olympics. Now, I'm not going to spoil the ending of the movie for you, but let's just say these guys became legends. They didn't win any medals, but they won the hearts of millions with their determination, their spirit, and their infectious Jamaican charm. The movie Cool Runnings captured the essence of their story perfectly. The underdog spirit, the hilarious fish-out-of-water moments, and the sheer joy of watching a bunch of guys from a tropical island defy all odds. But here's the thing. The Jamaican bobsled team's story didn't end with the movie. They kept on competing year after year, proving that their Olympic dream wasn't just a fluke. They even had a female bobsled team, because Jamaica doesn't mess around when it comes to breaking barriers. So next time someone tells you you can't do something, just tell them the story of the Jamaican bobsled team. It's the ultimate proof that anything is possible if you set your mind to it and have a healthy disregard for the impossible. Alright folks, let's talk about something truly important. Food. And when it comes to deliciousness, Jamaica is in a whole other league. We're not talking about your average chicken and rice here, people. We're talking about flavor explosions, spice combinations that'll make your taste buds do the limbo, and dishes with names that'll make you want to book a flight to Montego Bay. First up, we've got the king of Jamaican cuisine, jerk chicken. This is not your mama's barbecue chicken, folks. We're talking about chicken marinated in a fiery blend of Scotch bonnet peppers, allspice, thyme, and a whole bunch of other secret ingredients that they don't put on the menu. It's smoky, it's spicy, it's so good it'll make you want to slap your mama. Just kidding, don't slap your mama. But seriously, jerk chicken is a must-try for any foodie worth their salt. And the best part? You can find it everywhere in Jamaica, from street vendors to fancy restaurants. Just follow your nose and the sound of reggae music and you'll find yourself a plate of jerk chicken heaven. Now I know what you're thinking. Jimmy, jerk chicken is great and all, but what else you got? Don't you worry your pretty little heads, folks, because Jamaica's got a whole menu of culinary delights that'll rock your world. Next up, we've got ackee and saltfish, Jamaica's national dish. Now I know ackee might sound like something you'd find in a Dr. Seuss book, but trust me on this one. It's a fruit, but it tastes kind of like scrambled eggs when it's cooked. Combine that with some salty codfish, onions, tomatoes, and a healthy dose of Jamaican spices, and you've got yourself a breakfast of champions, or lunch, or dinner. Honestly, you could eat ackee and saltfish any time of day and be a happy camper. And we haven't even gotten to the patties yet. These little pockets of pastry filled with spicy beef, chicken, or vegetables are basically Jamaica's answer to the empanada. They're perfect for a quick snack on the go, or you can eat a dozen of them for a full meal. No judgment here. So there you have it, folks, just a small taste of the culinary paradise that is Jamaica. From jerk chicken to ackee and saltfish to patties and beyond, Jamaica's got something to satisfy every craving. So book that flight, pack your appetite, and get ready to experience the flavors of Jamaica. Alright, so we all know Jamaica for its beautiful beaches, laid-back vibes, and Usain Bolt running faster than a cheetah on a sugar rush. But did you know Jamaica has a wild pirate history? I'm talking eye patches, buried treasure, the whole 9 yards. Back in the 17th century, Port Royal in Jamaica was basically the Las Vegas of the Caribbean. Pirates would roll in flush with stolen booty, ready to spend it all on gambling grog and whatever else tickled their fancy. It was a wild time, let me tell you. One name you gotta know is Henry Morgan, the ultimate pirate rock star. This guy was knighted by the English, which is hilarious when you think about it. A pirate, knighted. You couldn't make this stuff up. He raided Spanish settlements, amassed a fortune, and even became lieutenant governor of Jamaica. Talk about a career change. So, the next time you're sipping on a pina colada in Jamaica, remember those swashbuckling pirates who roamed these very waters, and keep an eye out for buried treasure you never know. Now, before you get any ideas about digging up the beaches in search of Captain Morgan's treasure, you should know things have changed a bit since the pirate days. Jamaica cracked down on the whole plundering thing and decided to, become a respectable nation. They say that Port Royal, the pirate party capital, faced a bit of karma. In 1692, a massive earthquake hit, and a good chunk of the city sank into the ocean. Some say it was divine retribution for all the pirate shenanigans. I guess what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, or in this case, under the sea. Today, Port Royal is a much calmer place. You can still find remnants of its pirate past, but it's more about scuba diving to see the submerged city, and less about walking the plank. It's a fascinating blend of history and natural beauty. So, there you have it. Jamaica. From pirate haven to peaceful paradise. It just goes to show, even the wildest places can clean up their act eventually, but hey, a little pirate lore just adds to the charm, right? Alright, let's move on from swashbuckling pirates to something a little more slippery. And when I say slippery, I'm talking about the magnificent Dunn's River Falls, one of Jamaica's most iconic natural wonders. Picture this. Cascading waterfalls tumbling down moss-covered rocks, surrounded by lush tropical greenery. It's like something straight out of a postcard, or a really good shampoo commercial. Dunn's River Falls is a sight to behold, and trust me, it's even more impressive in person. Now this isn't your average waterfall where you just stand back and admire from afar. Oh no, at Dunn's River Falls, you get right in on the action. You can actually climb all 600 feet of this natural wonder, guided by experienced locals who'll make sure you don't take an unexpected dip. It's a bit of a workout, I'm not gonna lie, but the views from the top are absolutely worth it. Plus, it's a great way to cool off from the Jamaican heat. Just imagine the Instagram bragging rights. Now Dunn's River Falls isn't just about climbing slippery rocks. There's a whole lot more to explore in this natural playground. You can swim in the refreshing pools at the base of the falls, soak up the sun on the nearby beach, or grab a bite to eat at one of the local vendors. And if you're feeling really adventurous, you can even zip line through the rainforest canopy for a bird's eye view of the falls. It's an adrenaline junkie's dream come true. But even if you're not into climbing waterfalls or flying through the air, Dunn's River Falls is still worth a visit. The sheer beauty of the place is enough to take your breath away. It's a reminder of the incredible power and artistry of Mother Nature. So, if you ever find yourself in Jamaica, make sure Dunn's River Falls is at the top of your to-do list. It's an experience you won't soon forget. Just remember to pack your water shoes, your sense of adventure, and maybe an extra pair of pants. Alright, we're talking about Jamaica, and you can't mention Jamaica without mentioning Rastafarianism. It's like talking about Vegas and not mentioning blackjack. We're talking about my Aunt Chippy and not mentioning her love for scratch-off lottery tickets. Rastafarianism is a religion that began right there in Jamaica in the 1930s. Now, it's a global movement, but it's deeply rooted in Jamaican culture and history. Rastafarians have some pretty interesting beliefs, man. They believe that Haile Selassie I, the former emperor of Ethiopia, was the reincarnation of God, or Jah. They also believe in the power of nature, peace, and love. You know, the kind of stuff you think about when you're sipping a margarita on the beach, not necessarily when you're writing a religion. But hey, I'm not judging. Now, when you think of Rastafarians, you probably picture dreadlocks, right? It's cool, we all do. Dreadlocks are a powerful symbol of Rastafarianism, representing their connection to nature and their rejection of Western beauty standards. But Rastafarianism is about way more than just the hair, folks. It's a way of life, a social and political movement that emphasizes self-reliance, unity, and the rejection of oppression. Think of it like this. Rastafarianism is like the friend who shows up to the party a little late, wearing something totally unique, but instantly becomes the life of the party. They bring the good vibes, the positive energy, and suddenly everyone's feeling all right. So, you're walking down the beach in Jamaica and you hear someone say, "Wagwan?" Now, before you assume they're choking on a chicken bone, let me tell you, that's just how they say, "What's up?" in Jamaica. See, Jamaica has its own language, a dialect called patois, and trust me, it's as colorful as the island itself. It's like English took a vacation to Jamaica, got a tan, and learned some cool slang from the locals. Patois is a mix of English, African languages, and even some Spanish and Portuguese words thrown in for good measure. It's a beautiful, rhythmic language that reflects the island's diverse history and culture. Think of it like this. English is like your grandma's cooking. Comforting, familiar, but a little bit bland. Patois is like Jamaican jerk chicken. Spicy, flavorful, and guaranteed to wake up your taste buds. Now don't worry, you don't need to be fluent in patois to enjoy your Jamaican vacation. Most Jamaicans speak English too, you know, for us tourists who communicate like we're stuck in a 1950s sitcom. But trust me, learning a few patois phrases will definitely enhance your experience. It's like when you order a pizza in Italian, you sound cool, even if you're just saying pepperoni and mushrooms. Plus, the locals will appreciate the effort. It's like when your dog tries to shake your hand with his paw. Sure, it's not perfect, but it's the thought that counts, right? So next time you're in Jamaica, ditch the guidebook phrases and try out some patois. You might just surprise yourself and impress the locals with your newfound linguistic skills. Well, there you have it, folks. 12 shocking facts about Jamaica, the most beautiful island in the Caribbean. From reggae music to Usain Bolt, from Blue Mountain coffee to the giant swallowtail butterfly, Jamaica is a land of wonder and excitement. We explored the island's rich history from its pirate past to its fight for independence. We dove into its vibrant culture from Rastafarianism to the unique language of patois. If you enjoyed learning about Jamaica, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more amazing content. And hey, let me know in the comments which fact surprised you the most. Was it the bobsled team, the church count, my Aunt Chippy's love of scratch-off tickets? Let's hear it. Until next time, stay curious, my friends.